about what happened if the house doesn't appraise and what happened if it appraise. Hi there. Real life story. Viv the Caribbean team, preferred real estate broker selling the American dream here in Central Florida. So I have a buyer that's in contract and appraisal. We're going to be talking about what happened if the house doesn't appraise and what happened if it appraise. So I have a buyer that was in contract, real life story, called me and says that my appraisal is back. And he says, what do I need to do? I said, what did the house appraise for? So the house appraised for $2,000 over the contract price. So he said to me, do I need to come up to that price that the house appraised for? And, that's why you don't take anything for granted. You do what you don't know. So I told him, no, it's a contract price. So whatever the house appraised for, above whatever the contract price is, that's equity inside your home. If the house doesn't appraise, let's say, for example, you made an offer on a house and you're under contract for $350,000. And the house came in, the appraisal came in back at $345,000. So that means the house did not appraise. So what will need to happen next? The lender is going to send the appraisal over to the realtor, and the realtor has to get back to the listing agent and to the seller to says, hey, Mr. Seller, your house did not appraise. Okay, so either of two things will happen. Either the buyer will cancel the contract, because they can if they wanted to, because the house didn't appraise, because of course if it's an FHA it's already in the contract. But if it's conventional, make sure that you're attaching an addendum to contract, because it doesn't really state that in the contract if it doesn't appraise, if it's a conventional loan. So you want to make sure that you have an addendum to contract. So make sure your realtor has addendum to contract. Okay, so either Mr. Seller has to lower the price of the house or the buyer can cancel. Okay, so we go back to Mr. Seller and say, Mr. Seller, your house did not appraise, and what would you like to do? The most seller will go ahead and says, okay, I will lower the price of the house to the contract price, and then you can move forward. What happened if the seller decide, I am not lowering the price of the house to what the house appraised for? Two things can happen. Either you can meet in the middle. Okay, so let's say it's $2,500 per piece, $5,000. You can meet in the middle, and the buyer can bring $2,500, and the seller can say, I'm lowering it to $2,500. So then it'd be $5,000, because the bank is not going to give you the extra money. If the house appraised for $345 and you have a contract for $350, the bank will only loan you the $345. So you would have to bring the difference to the table. So you want to work that out. And most of the time, I've always see the seller work it out, because here you are, you're so far into contract already. You're already close to clear to close. Would that mean, you're ready to close? The lender's going to give you clear to close. So you don't really want to go backward, because Mr. Seller will have to cancel the contract, put the property back on the market. God knows how long it's going to stay on the market for. And then they're going to have to go through the same process again. They're going to have to go through the inspection. They're going to have to go through the appraisal. And of course, it's still going to appraise for the same amount. Okay, because if it's an FHA appraisal, it's going to stick to the property for at least 6 months. So what are you going to do? Either you're going to lower the price of the property and move forward, or put it back on the market, and you're still going to have to put it back on the market for that $345. You can put it back on the market for $350 if you want to, and it's okay. But keep in mind, you're going to have to use a cash buyer. Now you can't finance it anymore because it doesn't appraise. And, if whatever it is appraised for, that's what you're going to put it back on the market for anyway. Even though you might put it back on the market for higher, that don't mean you're going to get that for it, because it only worth what it's worth. Okay, you can't get anything more out of it. It's an appraisal, and the appraisal is already done. You can order a second appraisal if you want to, but most likely they'll probably come back someplace around the same. So Mr. Seller, go ahead and just work it out with the buyer, where you're maybe meeting in the middle, or just lower the price of the property so the buyer can move forward, and the buyer might not account to bringing that extra money to the table, so they might end up canceling the contract anyway. So that's the spiel on, what do you do if a house doesn't appraise? Meet in the middle, okay, or lower the price and move forward, okay, because you're not really getting anywhere if you don't move forward. So buyer have a choice to cancel the contract if they want to and go find a different house. So that's what happens. You don't know. Thanks for listening. Viv the Caribbean team, preferred real estate broker selling the American dream. If there's a topic that you want me to talk about, please drop it in the note. Please remember to like, comment, and share. And thank you for the reshare. Make it a great day.